What nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans. Today's manga nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for the second redraw of One Punch Man chapter 196, aka 196.6. But before I get into this live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored. If you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable Bubba Kitty, who's passed out over here, and this operation literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one, feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So we can have our full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botched localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content like, say, Dragon Ball Daima, which we cover in both the sub and the dub. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you are a $10 patron, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there's a stacked winter anime season in full swing and more on the way. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So this second redraw of the Flashy Flash / Speed of Sound Sonic arc, which is my favorite arc of the webcomic. I am not mad that it is happening because the first time around, it was just bad. It was not the same thing. I was so furious. The second time around, it was okay. But this time around, I'm extremely happy right now because from what I'm seeing with the start of this chapter, because, you know, I have the webcomic and manga side by side, it is the adaptation of chapter 115 of the webcomic. Thank you, manga gods! I am getting an adaptation of the webcomic! This is what I wanted! Thank you! Thank you! Oh, God. If my tweet to Murata and one did this, you're welcome. Maybe my delusion, it's me being delusional thinking this, but I did tweet them like, I want to say at least twice, saying that that's what I wanted. And hell, I tag them in my live reactions, you know, when I tweet them out. So, and the mangaka do watch my content, so God, please say that I caused this. I will be so happy if that is true. But anyways, let's get into this chapter and see what's in store for us today. We got Tatsumaki on the title page, and she looks amazing, per usual. And of course, this chapter is titled Ninja Village, and I am so happy right now. I am getting an adaptation of this webcomic. It looks fantastic. I was 5 years old. I fucked this up. The Ninja Village was a production site for assassins that gathered orphans under the age of 17, training them for over a decade before shipping them off to the underworld. I was 5 years old when my parents sold me and entered the village. Until we completed all the training and we were granted permission to graduate, escaping from the facility was impossible. The scars from the punishment for my failed escape still remain. Oh, God, Murata, I am so happy. It looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. The cell that, you know, Flashy Flash is described, that Flashy Flash has here is just, a day in the Ninja Village would last 72 hours. 72 hours in a 24-hour day. Oh, gosh. Six of those were for sleeping. The food had no flavor, and all info from the outside was completely blocked off. We spent every day living as machines who did nothing but learn skills for killing. We were not allowed to display any human emotions. Those with dead feelings were considered top performers. It was an environment truly worthy of being called hell. God, this is fantastic, but then One, you had to approve this change because the sergeant here is fat. Let's be real. Maybe like top heavy in the muscle department, but he's got a belly. In the webcomic, he is like extremely skinny. So yeah, that had to be one. That was definitely on you, one. Don't be afraid of pain. The face, though, I will say this, though, the face looks fantastic. Tears only affect your visual field. Learn how to suppress them. I can't hear your response. Yes, sir. I like seeing Flashy Flash. This is in the manga. This is different from the webcomic, where we see Flashy Flash amongst the fray. You 21 members of the 44th graduating class do not think of each other as comrades. There is no need to talk to each other either. Consider the other as mere training partners for sparring practice. Let's see. After you graduate, if you meet in the field, I like this bird's eye view too. This is nice. Meet in the field, your only relationship will be as enemies that must kill each other. Let your guard down now and you will be stabbed. Squad 1, you may take a break. Squad 2, classroom instruction. Squads 3 and 4, blade combat training. Squad 5, you still haven't rid yourselves of your emotional weakness. You will do 3 hours of taijutsu training in the swamp, alternating instructors. Let's see. Yeah, hold on. It's 3. Yeah, okay, so everything is here. Those with low scores were subjected to even harsher training programs. This looks amazing. So in the webcomic, you see that they're in the swamps, but like you don't really see like the swamp like waters on top of, you know, them covered in the swamp water. Here in the second redraw, you see it. I am so pleased. So pleased. They pushed us to our limits without actually breaking us because to the village we were valuable commodities. They spared no expense in investing in their future sources of income. Let's see. We were kept alive with drugs. Oh, I love that we have the drugs here. This is nice. We were kept alive with drugs formulated using secret methods, making even suicide impossible, or so we were told. Because in the webcomic, you didn't even have the pills here. So, nice touch, Barada. At some point, I got in the habit of acting like I was a failure. Absolutely no walking. If you walk, we will have more weight. I acted weak on purpose, choosing to undergo the harshest training regimes. So, So something that is missing, though, is in the webcomic, it does say 20 kilometers left. So, that, I know it's a nitpick, but not having at least the amount of distance left is kind of a problem. But yeah, everything here looks great. Hey, you're always stuck in Squad 5, right? I'll give you some tips on how to handle blades. Let's see. Ooh, Sonic looks amazing. If you can't do that, you're never going to get anywhere. My ninja call sign is Speed of Sound Sonic. That was the first time I ever spoke to Sonic, who was in the same graduation class. Flashy Flash, if they find out we're talking, we'll be in deep trouble. Even though his grades placed him in the same failure category as me, he was a rebel, offering me advice despite receiving nothing in return. Since we were... Oh, God. Oh, this looks so good. This panel looks great. Because in the webcomic, this panel here where they're training, it's only like a teeny square. So seeing this looks great. Since we were of similar physiques at the time, we became each other's sparring partner to practice advanced techniques. He was the only one I could talk to. Talking to another person helped me recover the emotions that got chipped away through the training. Hold on a second. Let me double check and see if this was even here in... I think this was... The majority of this backstory was in a different chapter, if I recall correctly. If it was in... I think it was in 194. But let me check. Okay, so basically, the content that we're seeing here wasn't until like 198 of the first redraw. So I'm so happy that they changed it. Thank you. Thank you, Murata, for fixing this to where we are actually adapting the webcomic. Thank fucking God. And I'm looking at this here, and it looks so much better. It does. This art looks so much better. And again, as I said, this actually feels like an adaptation of my favorite arc of the webcomic. But anyways, since we were similar physiques at the time, we became each other's sparring partner to practice advanced techniques. He was the only one I could talk to. Talking to another person helped me recover the emotions that got chipped away through the training. For me, that was something to be grateful for. As members of the failing class, we were given all kinds of tasks. This looks so beautiful. In the forest inhabited by genetically modified savage beasts, we were ordered to erase our presence and survive for 720 hours. The beasts here look very different. Because the beasts here, like in the webcomic, they're like more like a bear and more ape-like, and there's even a chicken. But here, oh no, they are here. Okay. The ones that we were seeing in the webcomic. There's just different varieties too. Okay. In the forest inhabited by genetically modified savage beasts, we were ordered to erase our presence and survive for 720 hours. Working together, the two of us managed to kill all the beasts on the very first day and spent the rest of the time studying. You came here as a kid, didn't you? Being sustained by the memories of your previous life on the outside is the reason why you have not lost yourself. Me, on the other hand, I was born inside the facility and immediately forced to live under their training program. Even so, you must be wondering why I haven't been turned into an indoctrinated robot, right? My instructors call me a failure, but that's not true. I was born with an indomitable spirit, so their efforts to control me are useless. Sonic looks so good. I'm so happy with this. I have a dream for the future. Let's see. Yeah. I'm going to climb to the highest rank and take over the village. I'll tear down the shitty system this organization has and raise orphans who had the same circumstances as us in a more free and open environment. Assassination techniques are useless for anything but killing people. What I think has true value is the power to live life as you please. This is beautiful. I'm so happy. We don't have that right now. You'll help me out, right, Flash? I could tell your eyes look a lot like mine. Everything is here! Everything is here! We have an actual adaptation of the webcomic! Thank God! This is a good sign. All right, so several years passed. I was sick. Ooh, this panel is great with Flashy Flash and the fire behind him. Holy shit, I'm so happy right now. Because Flashy Flash is like one of my favorite characters. He's like my second favorite. God, him and Garo are my favorite characters. So I was 16 years old. My excellent abilities have long since been acknowledged, and I was ranked number 1. My sense of justice was burning ever so fiercely against the headwind. On the day of my graduation exam, ooh. Ooh, this looks beautiful. So we're seeing Flashy Flash just destroy motherfuckers. Because here in the webcomic, we only got to see the aftermath of it. We actually get to see it here, which is nice. I killed everyone. The instructors, the staff, other members of my graduation class, and anyone who had anything to do with the facility successfully removing the evil in its roots. My fierce determination and tireless efforts bore fruit in that instance. But since Sonic lay sick in bed, he wasn't able to witness me at my finest. Yes! That's here! Yes! Sometime later, the rumor of the Hero Association establishment reached me, and I began using my power for professional hero work. Speed of Sound Sonic lost his way somewhere along the path towards that dream he told me about. The sudden exposure to the outside world must have prevented him from finding his way of life. He went out looking for jobs that required his assassination skills. A long time has passed since then. I didn't expect him to be alive. Him to still be alive. I love that they're all at Saitama's place. So why the hell are you all, and why are you in my room? I'm so happy that comedy's here! Thank you! When a master makes time to tell his disciple about his past, it's only proper manners to at least tell him, at least offer him some tea. Shadows! How stupid. So that's why Sonic holds a grudge against you? You bastard. Speaking of removing the evil roots, at its roots, why did you let Sonic escape? Him turning into a vicious assassin who repeatedly targets Master Saitama as a result. You shouldn't make it unauthorized alterations to the dorms. So it's because he thinks of him as a friend or something? My plan was to poison him. Yes, it's here! Oh my god, thank god! It was easy mixing the poison with the tasteless stew. Sonic would have actually teetered on the edge of death as well, but as someone who remained dead last until graduation, he faced some of the harshest environments, developed enough resistance, and survived. Was it to keep him away from the massacre? As I thought, you really didn't want to kill him. I love that Blast said this! Yes! Speaking of stew, there's some broccoli and carrots left in the fridge. I am so happy we have an actual adaptation of the webcomic! And it has the comedy! Thank you, Murata! Thank you, one, for giving me what I want, which was an adaptation of the webcomic. This is everything. I am seeing this gets me so hyped. What it means to me is we're going to get the content that I wanted to see. Kitty, stop that. That I wanted to see the first and second time around, which was Flashy Flash versus Speed Sound Sonic, and see more of Sonic's techniques. Because with the first redraw, the first time around, it wasn't Sonic. It just was not. The second time around, we did get more of Sonic. It was actually Sonic. But this time around, I feel like we're really truly gonna get Sonic. No, stop it. Ugh. We're gonna get Sonic. We're going to get the fight that I wanted to see adapted. And I feel like we're also, and because of the Empty Void stuff that's going to come into play, and you know that Blast is going to take over Empty Void and stuff like that, over the fight for Empty Void. But there is that. But something I do want to see, though, is because it really does seem like we're going to get the actual, the webcomic, truly get the webcomic Speed of Sound Sonic. I really do want to see more of him and Flashy Flash's teamwork together. Because that was something we didn't get in the webcomic against Empty Void. I want to see the fight between I want to see Speed of Sound Sonic and Flashy Flash versus Empty Void. That was the one thing we did not get in the webcomic that I wanted to see because Saitama fucking ruined it. Please, for the love of God, One and Murata, before Blast comes in and takes over and starts fighting Empty Void, I want to at least see that. And also the other thing I want to get in here, because we are actually getting an adaptation of the fucking webcomic, Kitty, don't you dare, is I want to get the mention of the Ninja Scrolls. Because that was the one thing, that was the other thing that we didn't get in the redraw that was really pissing me off, is nothing on the Ninja Scrolls. Because in the current arc, the Ninja Scrolls, Speed of Sound Sonic uses the Ninja Scroll. So I really hope we do get the mention of the Ninja Scrolls, and not just the mention of him. We actually get to see them obtain the Ninja Scrolls, like have Blast send them off to go get the Ninja Scrolls while he takes on Empty Void, or hell, maybe even have something similar to the end of the webcomic where Saitama does give them the scrolls. But God, I really, that was the one thing I wanted to see in the webcomic was Flashy Flash and Speed of Sound Sonic versus Empty Void. So I'm hoping we're going to get that this time around. And I feel like we're going to. I do. The fact that we got this is an actual adaptation of the webcomic. We're getting an actual adaptation of the webcomic. I'm so fucking happy right now. You have no idea. Actually, if you've been watching my One Punch Man content, you know how happy I am. Oh my God, we got an actual adaptation of the webcomic. Like, this is the Flashy Flash Speed of Sound Sonic arc, but with Blast here. But the one thing I will say that I did like about the first redraw arc of this arc, is I really did like, and I hope this does stay in here, is I do like what we got. I love the Blast content we got in regards to him and Empty Void. And I actually did not mind how Blue was introduced. Part of me doesn't mind how Blue was introduced. I'm very curious what you guys think about that. Like, do you guys like how we got how Blue's introduction was incorporated into this arc? Or do you think we should, or do you think, part of me is thinking that I kind of want it to stay here, but the other part of me is like, no, I kind of don't want it to stay here. I kind of just want to have the Blast flashback and see the connection between him and Empty Void, and as Empty Void dies, like have him visit Blue or something. Like that's what, and then have that transition into the introduction of Neo Heroes, the Neo Hero leaders. I think that would be the smartest thing to do. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. I really do think that this time around, we're going to actually have an adaptation of the webcomic. I really do. And that we're going to get what all of us webcomic readers wanted, was not just the adaptation of the webcomic, but have the fights expanded, obviously, but actually get to see Flashy Flash and Speed of Sound Sonic fight Empty Void for a bit, and then get the incorporation of the really cool content we got with Blast and Empty Void. I really hope that's going to be the case. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, this kitty here, Mr. Kitty, and this operation alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more One Punch Man content, and that does include the webcomic. If you wish you can do that, donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network, that's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!